Hello and welcome back. We are in beautiful Dubai. I did a video 3 years ago and here I'm back for more videos. And in this one, I will discuss about the prices that you have to pay for your actions, inactions, and behaviors. And what I mean by price, it's a sacrifice. It's either a price or a sacrifice. At the end of the day, it's a price. It's something that you have to give in order to do an action, to allow you to have an inaction, and for each of your behaviors. And we will go to some examples, and at the end I will highlight 4 key ideas and points about those prices. But the end point is going to be that you cannot escape paying a price, doing a sacrifice for something that you are doing, and there is no other way around it. And at the end you have to pick the price that you have to pay. You better sweat in peace than you bleed in war. And what that means is that you have to pick a price. You either sweat now and you train so that you are better in the war, or when you get to the war, you are going to see blood because you haven't trained. And let me start with some examples and then we discuss more about this idea. And some examples is that every action that you do, you are going to pay a price. One such action is staying late in the night. You are going to pay the price in terms of your health. You are going to pay a minimum price tomorrow that is not going to be as much energy as today. There is a price involved in it. Now, if you smoke, eat sweet, there is a price involved in that. But there is a price involved in any inaction. For example, if you postpone something for tomorrow, you are going to pay the price that tomorrow you can do sort of less than you can do today. And all those things compound. Those examples that were at a low level, but there are 2 sort of high level prices that you need to think about. And that is, it's about the money. So you have 2 choices. You either sort of want to seek wealth or you want to not seek wealth. And each of them has some prices. If you're going to seek sort of wealth and money, then the price is going to be in terms of time, in terms of your effort that you are going to have to put in, but also in terms of relationships, because you have less time for that. So you gain sort of wealth and the freedoms and everything that comes with that, but you have to pay a price for that. It doesn't come for free. But on the other side, if you choose not to sort of want to get wealth, you are going to pay the price of misery, of not having sort of all the freedoms that comes with that. And those are the 2 prices that you have to do. Now you have to pick one. You can't not choose them. And the other sort of price is in terms of children. Now you have 2 choices. You either make them or you sort of don't make them. And in each case you pay a price. If you make them, you have to pay sort of with your time, with your energy, and with sort of your money that you have to invest. But if you do not make them, then you have to pay the price of the lack of meaning. So now you have choices, and you have to pick one of them. And now we get to sort of the ideas that govern this idea of paying the price for something. And I'm going to lay out 4 key points that I find interesting. The first idea is that the price is not always obvious. So there is price in terms of time and in terms of energy, which is more easily defined. But there is also an emotional price that you have to pay for those things. Like some things just do not feel right to you, and there is a price involved in that. For example, I discussed about not having children. There is just an emotional price that you have to pay, but this thing has to be factored in. That the emotional price is also price, meaning your feelings and your well-being. It's also a price that you have to pay. And we started with the idea that emotions are also a price that you have to pay. So we get to the second point, and that is that you have to define the price. Like the price in terms of money and in terms of time, it's quantifiable. You can put a number on it, and many people can put more or less the same number. But with the emotional price, this is a price that you have to quantify. It's you who have to define what's this price for you, whether you are willing to pay, how much does it wait for you or not, because it's different from people to people. The third point is that the price compounds with time. So if you do not pay the price today, tomorrow and next year and 5 years, it's going to be technically a bigger price to gain the same things. And there are multiple reasons, but two of them are that the first one, your body degrades. Like you are just incapable of doing the same things that you were at some point in time. And education is the clear example here. The reason why it's put when you are young is that you have basically infinite time available to you on a daily basis, and on top of that, your mind is just open, it's elastic, there's nothing there, and you can just put information in. But if you decide to study something for a long period of time later on, it's just harder. Life kicks in and your brain is just not as open and as elastic. So the price compounds with time. And the last thing, and maybe it's the most important one, is that you cannot escape paying a price. You have to pay a price. There is no such thing as getting something for free. And this is good because if you start with the idea that you have to pay a price, then you just need to pick which price to pay. But if you believe that it exists a world in which sacrifices do not have to be made, prices sort of don't have to be paid, then that's just not reality. So that's just bad, and it's an ideology, and it's just not good. It's not practical. So I will end up my conversation with reiterating the points that the price is not obvious. You have to define what's the price, then it compounds, so you better define it today than tomorrow, and then you have to pick one. You just have to pick the price that you have to pay. And thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna say hi from beautiful Dubai.